They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Mustard on the beat. Oh, beat. Oh, the way he starts that shit is so fucking fire.
It's over.
Bro.
That shit is
No, no, no,
over.
no, no, no.
It's
We
over.
about to have the discussion right the fuck now. This is where it ends all. The end all, be all. I see all, but see y'all.
I
Cowboys say
just li-
yeehaw.
I just listened to J. Cole do a freestyle. He's so good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened. Let me just put it like this. I was getting ready for the podcast tonight, right? So I made sure that I listened to every single diss song in order
I should have listened to him.
3 times today.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
3 times.
I just listened
Just
to
to
Family
make sure that
Matters
I
in the
knew.
shower.
Just to make sure that I knew, like I came correct tonight, because I know me and Putchy Boy gonna be fucking arguing tonight. I know we are. So I wanted to make sure I came correct with the facts.
Facts.
'Cause, you know, that's what Drake's spitting is facts.
What has been okay?
Wait, can we let's hold on. Here's what we need to do first. It's been like a month since we fucking since we've been on this motherfucker. So I think, we should talk about the meetup. We should talk about everything that's going on with you, Korpsx, real fast, and then we could get into the sucker punches. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
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 Sure. Damn, how would you get your top cheese, dog? What would you get on it that would be exotic?
A chopped cheese?
Yeah, you never seen Aki?
Fruit roll-ups.
Fruit roll-ups
Mm-hmm.
on a chopped cheese?
Why are
You
you
know?
guys putting anything on a chopped cheese?
You just said it.
You
exotic.
never seen the Aki way? You never seen that dude? Sure. Can't forget
No.
the Bev. Never, ever.
No, I have no idea
well,
what you guys.
then
You guys
never
are speaking
mind.
a different language.
Yeah, nah, then I'm not trying to,
Yo, Punch is on demon mode. He don't give a fuck about anything but this.
I
beef
don't know
right
what the
now,
fuck y'all talking about right
We're
now.
gonna talk
What
about the
fuck?
beef, all right? Let's talk
Listen,
about the meetup.
Punch, it was amazing to meet you, bro.
Yeah,
we met
yeah,
over probably a week ago,
yeah.
It was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
and
About a week ago.
week ago. It was really fun, but it sucked because we couldn't record any content because it was so windy.
And that was the
so
whole
windy.
point, bro. Not only
And
for
that's
you guys
the
to
reason
meet,
that
but it
we-
was for us to do content for the 1 year, and we couldn't even hear each other.
That ass. It was
That's how
so
windy it was.
windy from beginning to end. Was the worst fucking wind I've ever seen.
It was pretty rough. I'm not.
It
gonna
was
lie.
like shin slicing air that was carrying the sand because we're at the beach.
Shin
That's-
slicing, enticing.
I'm
Yo,
so glad that
this
I'm
goes
doing this
in the vibe.
podcast at a different time right now. Sorry, I just had to fucking throw that out there. Jeez.
Wait,
Oh
what'd
yeah,
you
that's
say?
right. Because you're always on a different time zone usually.
Oh yeah, it's normal time for you.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that too much, but I am glad. I am glad.
Okay, hey, whatever you want to talk about, baby.
Uh,
I'm just trying to,
no,
I'm
the
just-
the burger joint. What was that burger joint? that
Oh
we
yeah,
made?
what was the name
Burger,
of it? That
it's
shit
called
was
Burger
fire.
She Wrote.
Burger She Wrote. Yeah, that shit.
Bro.
Bro, that place
Fire.
is gas. A little too much
It-
mustard,
it-
but really good.
Nah, I didn't think it was too much mustard.
They
I
put too
thought
much
it was
mustard
just-
on mine too.
I thought
It
it
was
was.
much
good though.
mustard.
It was good, but like they could have let. Well, y'all know I don't like a lot of sauces on my shit. I don't, just enough just to taste it is all I need.
I like sauce. It was just a little too heavy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I liked it. I thought it needed like more stuff on it, like more sauces.
because it was wagyu beef, bro. So why am I gonna? I mean, you like sauces on your stuff, so I don't want to knock it, but it's like I want to taste the way I want. Like honestly, I would have been fine if it was just the patty and cheese served just like
Really?
that. Mm-hmm.
I don't know about all
I
that.
mean, that's
that
cool,
sounds
but
a little
I-
dry.
I mean, I like when it. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Welcome to another episode of the Usual Tuesday. Whose week is it?
I have no
I don't
idea.
I don't know.
Well, welcome back to another episode of the Usual Tuesday, bruv. Podcast. It's been 3 weeks since we fucking recorded, and I mean, I guess everybody knows what the fuck we're gonna get into discussion about tonight because it's the biggest thing going on in the world. It's the biggest thing that ever happened in the hip hop game, and Damien just started listening to hip hop music and he gets to indulge in all this shit.
It's in the title. It's in the thumbnail. We're talking about it, bro. Yeah.
You guys think it's
so
wait?
hyped.
Do you think it's over?
Yeah, it's a little dead to be honest, but
Drake would have done better. I like how he did the Heart Part 6. I like him even using that title.
yeah,
He's
bro.
so smart in doing so.
That's fucked up.
That was cool, but he's gonna have to release like a club banger. Because now
Drake?
because what you have right now.
Oh, Kendrick got
this
that.
this is my whole this is why to me Kendrick is winning. We can sit here and be like, oh well, he fed him stories and this and that. It's like, bro, that's horseshit because everybody remembers that story. Everybody remembered that. I remember the story about the son, and I remember that there was another kid around that time.
Nah, this was way later.
This was
Earlier,
this was way back. This was way fucking back. This was in 2014.
13.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. This was years ago, bro. And the pedo allegations, that was a real fucking thing. And there was not only
No, it was not, bro. Okay, we're about to get into it. Nobody has ever came out with any type of allegations against him.
Wait, would you
Not
ever
one
say?
bro,
single
they
person.
were saying it back then, like, hey, why
Who's
is he?
they?
Everyone.
been
Why is he
not
messaging
single-
this girl? Why is he up in this girl's DMs?
Not one single allegation has come out from anybody who he's ever talked to.
Everybody thought it. Kendrick said it. Not only said it,
but
said it loud on the track.
but do you think to send those allegations somebody's way, do you think that there has to be a definitive, at least like
No.
accusation, or somebody does like by a victim?
Absolutely.
No. Now, if you want
For
this
there to be
a
credibility behind it, absolutely.
yeah, what I think, and this is kind of like where I think me and Cisco might see a different, and I don't know how you see it, Damo, but this is definitely where I see it differently than Save is for it to be career ending. We're more we have kind of became accustomed to this idea, like Pusha T said something about a son and it was 100% true, right? And now there's this weird idea that everything in a diss track has to be 100% true. Charlemagne God said it, and I was thinking it, and he said it best, was it doesn't matter if it's true because the people have already heard it.
Correct.
I
agree with you on that.
It will already run with it. So has Whitney came out and said that, oh yeah, Kendrick's abused me?
But that's wild that she hasn't denied it. It is wild that she had. Bro, I asked this to my girlfriend. I was like, even if we weren't on like the best terms or like whatever, if we ended amicably, let's say we just ended it, would you ever like let somebody shit on me like that? Like, oh,
okay,
Damien
but go to
his girl. She said no. She said, I come out and say, listen, I'm not even with him, but I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want that dirt on his name. He never hit me. He never.
And it's funny because
URL battles.
But it's funny because hold on, real quick. I'm gonna get back to what the fuck you just said right now. It's funny because what everybody's like shitting on Drake once They Not Like Us came out, right? It's like, oh, how are you gonna come back to these pedophile allegations and this? We can't say pedophile on YouTube, can we?
Who cares?
I don't know.
We're not monetized anyways.
Wait, but I'm the only one on YouTube.
No, Punch is too.
Oh. We both
Damn, Damo doesn't even
subscribe. No, I do. I did.
But even before They Not Like Us came out, even before Meet the Grams came out, right? When Drake dropped the Tailor Made joint, he even said that that's the angle that Kendrick was gonna take. He called it before it even happened. He said when he was rapping the Tupac verse, the AI Tupac verse, he says, call him a bitch for me and say how he likes to fuck little girls or mess with little girls. I heard it on the Joe Budden podcast. It had to be true. He says that in the song. He knows the angle that he's going to take on him. And then if you listen to Family Matters, which was the track that dropped right before, right, Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams 30 minutes later or 40 minutes later, right? That's when he was like trying to tell him about the fucking 11-year-old daughter or whatever, right? Drake even says in the song, you're digging for information because your back's against the wall. How does he know that he's digging for information? Because he's the one feeding him the information.
That's goofball. I don't believe that. There's not.
That's what I'm saying. Look, if it was Kendrick that said that shit, everybody would be like, "Oh my god, that's so genius that Kendrick did this and this, that, and the other." But because everybody's such a Drake hater, because he's an R&B singing pop dude and all this shit,
how can it be feeding information when you could do that shit with an easy ass Google search?
Wait, but I will say, I've thought about this. Roles reversed. I mean, everybody's thought about this. I'm not the first one. Roles reversed, dead ass people would be like, Kendrick fucking checkmated that bitch.
Fact. And it's not. And it wasn't even the information. It's not even the information just based off of the daughter situation, but it's every single piece of evidence that Kendrick used in the 616 and the Meet the Grams picture with the Ozempic, with the fucking prescription drugs, with the Maybach glove, with all that shit. All that shit was planted. That's what he's saying. And you're trying to use that saying that you got a OVO on your payroll.
This
and you got
is like
rat in my camp.
This is sounding like OJ when he wrote the book If I Did It, bro. You guys gotta stop. No one cares if the information was planted or not. No one.
Why
really
not though? Nobody cares that the information was planted because
matter.
it was Drake that did
Again,
it. Yes, it
again,
does. Bro, that's the biggest checkmate ever. Like, bro, you're in a rap battle. If you and I were in a rap battle, right? And you were trying to find dirt, some type of dirt on me or something, because I know that your baby mama has a baby with one of your best friends. I know that you have a 50%
substantiated.
Okay.
Has any of that been substantiated?
Neither has Drake being a pedophile.
Okay,
so
but
we can do this all day, right?
Yeah, we could play whataboutism. We could play whataboutism. Well, what about the planted information? What about the kid? What about the?
But the 50% splits is true.
That none of that matters. When you're talking about
it's the validity of what they're talking about, Korpsx.
Cisco, stop it, bro. You've watched URL. You've watched Underground Rap League.
This ain't URL, bro. This is not.
What's the difference? What's the difference? It's a battle rap. It's battle rapping. It's
but it's not up in front, right in front of each other. And anytime, think about it. Anytime somebody's like, "If I hit you with the stick with the 50 cal," and they're like, "Settle down, bro. You ain't got no fucking guns. Let me go these rounds with you." Like, people do that shit all the time.
They do exactly. So they talk about. Hold on. Because they're talking about fucking each other's girls online. They're talking about all this stuff. Even URL, whatever, battle raps. Nobody it doesn't matter of the validity of the statements. That shit don't matter. Even when Pusha T dropped his shit, that don't matter. Like that, none of it matters if it's true. They just matter if it's a fucking bop. That's what matters.
But because it's true, makes it even more of a shock value and wins, right? Like, let me put it like this: the story of Adidon is probably the best diss track of all time. Why? Because Push, one, the bars were crazy on that shit, right?
2 seconds.
But two, he fucking revealed that Drake had a child, and it turned out to be true. That's what makes that track so good.
Okay,
that's why he won that battle.
So then, does that make? But it's just contradictory when you think of songs like No Vaseline, or you think of songs like Hit 'Em Up. Hit 'Em Up has always been revered as one of the best diss songs of all time. Right?
Yeah, but what is where is there no validity in those songs? No Vaseline. All Ice Cube is doing is talking shit about that.
Hold on, because you're saying, oh, okay, right? You're saying, oh, okay, well, because some of these things that Drake or Kendrick may not have said or may or may not be true, that there's a certain shock value that adds to its aura, which true, but it still doesn't change the fact when you line up the tracks and you look at them, boom, 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 boom. The Heart Part 6, cool. Not better than Not Like Us. Not Like Us has been the best one that's been released between both of them, point blank, period. It's a club banger.
I think 616 in Los Angeles was the best song that Kendrick did.
No, stop it.
I think so. I genuinely think so. I do. It was a really that's my favorite song out of all the songs that came out. Is 616 in Los Angeles.
No, stop it. Not Like Us is going to be the song of the summer. It is already being banged in every fucking club. People are literally posting.
That doesn't make it the best song though. Because you can play it in the club, that doesn't make it the best song.
I will say it is the best song. It is.
It's the best song, bro.
It's the best song, bro. It is
because it's a bop. Because it's a bop, but not with what he's saying in the song.
I'm not. No. What he's saying in the song is different from what the song is itself. I love the song is a fucking bop.
I'm talking based off the substances of the song. Now, okay, let me ask you this though. Okay, let me ask you this then, Putch. Now, Kendrick called Drake a rat, right? Mm-hmm. If Kendrick was able to produce paperwork, actual court documented paperwork showing that Aubrey Drake Graham was indeed an informant, he would automatically win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if Drake has video evidence of him planning all this stuff for Kendrick and releases the video evidence, does he automatically win?
Cisco, be careful.
They would have that's what I even said on the IG post I made, was if they start showing receipts of who sent what where and who's got what paternity tests, bank records, whatever, that now we're starting to shift the bar to like, okay, yes, somebody actually won.
Wait,
but if that kid really is Dave Free's kid, does Drake win?
Yeah.
If there's
wait, how much evidence do you need in order for, like, let's say lowest bar, because like the kid being Dave Freeze and like a whole like what is it, paternity test or whatever to like know who the father is, I think that's a pretty high bar, only because like what are the odds either of these people are really going to do it just for the court of public opinion? You know what I mean? Like realistically, it's like it's internet beef, it's like social beef, it's like they're not going to do this shit.
Oh well, I mean, what if it wasn't under Dot's radar until this beef?
That would be crazy.
Well,
but also,
I mean,
are they even
look
together?
at beefs though. Look at beefs historically, right? Like there was Hit 'Em Up, right? That called out a man's wife and called out their crew, and then shortly after that, you had Who Shot You that released, and that was a real suspicion. That was a real allegation, a real suspicion. People had already really thought that Biggie and Bad Boy had shot this fool, and then he drops a song saying that. Now there was no substantiated proof. There was no proof that it really happened, right? And so to say, oh well, what really needs to be displayed for this to be proven? It's like, bro, the streets know. But the streets know. Like, yeah, you might not have court documentation and you might not have this. That's why the whole 1090 Jake would already aired me out. Like, bro, shut up, bitch. Like, you could be a rat.
Okay. Let me be on your side.
Never got busted. And
let me be on your side with this. I'll be on your side. Hold
on. Let me just finish saying this. And even with Kendrick, he could have been hitting his girl, bro, and she could have never went to the cops. But there could be people who was at that party who seen it, who ain't said nothing, but they're chit chatting on the side. That's still a rat. That somebody talking about something that they saw in the privacy of a certain place or in a certain conversation, that is still ratting. So to say, oh, well, what does Drake have to produce to make it's like, bro, that information may never fucking come out, and the whole thing with Drake and some of his shit, like, bro, some of the information may like the girl Millie, whatever Millie Bobby, whatever Millie the Bobby fuck Brown. She goes,
11.
She said in the interview that stays in the text message thread. My guy, we will never know what was said between those two. So so to air that out is like, the thing is that my whole point is until that is, I can't judge a battle or a diss based off of what could have happened. That would be me like judging a Crump battle, like, ooh, he won because if he would have grabbed his hat instead of dropping it, that move would have been sick. No. He dropped the hat. That shit's fucked off. On to the next part. You know what I'm saying? So no, we ain't dropping receipts and we ain't dropping checklists and all that shit. So all I can judge is based off of what I have right in front of me. Every song has been good. Boom, 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 boom. Good match. Back.
So if it wasn't for They Not Like Us, would Kendrick still have won?
Remove Heart Part 6
and They Not Like Us.
And Not Like Us. It's close.
No, I don't think it is, actually. If he didn't do that,
I think it's mad close.
No.
I had Kendrick winning before.
Kendrick winning before that, yeah.
Yeah, no, I still think Kendrick is winning, point blank, but I think he's been winning since it started. Since he dropped that track with Metro Boomin and Future, like he's already been way ahead. And and I've seen a lot of people on the Drake side saying, "Oh, well, Rick Ross is coming after him, ASAP's, all these people." It's like, bro, but they're not hopping on tracks with Kendrick. They're just opportunists, and I'm not going to reference them at all. It's been Kendrick solo on every track, Kendrick, up until like that. So
yeah, but that was the thing is Drake's first response. He had to respond to everybody.
No,
he had to.
No, I don't.
Yeah, bro.
I personally don't think. I personally don't think
albums with multiple tracks dissing him.
He did not have to respond to Rick Ross. He did not have to respond to Rocky.
No. He didn't have to respond to Rick Ross. Rick Ross, he dropped Rick Ross's name, and that's why Rick Ross came back. I don't even know why he brought Ross into it. And let's talk about Champagne Moments. That track was hard as fuck.
There should have been no reference. And even in the Heart Part 6 again, and I think that's my favorite one of all the ones that he's dropped. Why are you even bringing up Raw? Like, why are you bringing them up in this, bro? Focus on the dude who requires your attention, my guy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Family Matters should have been pure Kendrick. Yeah, I don't think he should.
Well, no, I liked it because what he did was he focused on Kendrick in the beginning, and then he focused on all of Kendrick towards the end, and then the middle was just like making sure everybody else caught their bars. Because he even told everybody in, I think it was Taylor Made, he was like, everybody else is gonna get it too. Y'all just gotta show your faces, type shit. But here's what I'll tell you. Honestly, the Hard Part 6 was my least favorite that Drake dropped.
I've been hearing that, but I think that one's my favorite.
And here's why. I love the way that he started it. I loved it. It was very calming. It was very Kendrick-esque with the name The Heart, right? Like that's exactly what Kendrick brings with the Heart series. But the way he went about the pedophile allegations, I was like, bro, what are you, like, you're burying yourself in a hole right now. Because he said, I'm too famous. I would have been arrested if you know what I mean. He was like, I've never looked at a teenager. He said something else, and I was just like, bro, like, this is not how you address this shit. Bill Cosby was famous. R. Kelly was famous. Epstein was famous. You know what I mean? Like, but here's the holes. Here's the holes that people are not looking at, right? Which Drake kind of caught on to one of them. He was like, how are you going to sit here and diss me based off of my mixed color race and this, that, and the other, and you got a mixed wife, right? Like that was one I definitely agree with. And then
Vanilla Cream, you hit Vanilla Cream to help with your self-esteem. That was wild.
And then he hit it again on the head with, how are you going to come at me with all this like pedophilic stuff and telling me that I'm a pedophile and I've got pedophiles on my team? But you literally told Spotify that if you drop R. Kelly's music, they got to drop your discography too. And so you're like, oh, I don't want to be around pedophiles, but you're sticking up for one. How does that make any sense? Make it make sense. That's a little backwards if you ask me.
The R. Kelly one, it's, to me, with the whole, oh my God, I need to be careful how I say this.
Be careful. Hey, Clippers. Hey, chat.
I don't believe in stripping a man of his ability to provide for his family. Right? Like, and I don't know how the estate that R. Kelly has entrusted his money to, I don't know how that works. But if I was judged based off of everything I've ever done and anything I've ever said, then people may view me a certain way, right? So I just have a hard time with saying, oh, this person has done a bad thing, take all their music off of Spotify. Because, I mean, there's pedophilia allegations against Drake, there's woman beating against Kendrick, there's this against this person, and this Rick Ross had a fucking line talking about putting Molly in somebody's champagne, they didn't even know it. And his shit, I mean, he still owns Wingstops. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know he owned Wingstops.
Yeah, bro. He owns all kinds of Wingstops.
Yeah, like 60 Wingstops.
I have a question really quick. Unless Patch, you were on a roll there. I don't want to interrupt. I'll ask after.
I just find it hard for people to be like, just because he supports one person, right? And again, it's not saying exactly that he condones their actions, but he might be saying, hey, fam, like, yeah, what he did is wrong, but that money that he makes off of his music is his livelihood. And we're not going to act. Ain't nobody's not going to sit here and act like we didn't play Bump and Grind, like we didn't play fucking Step in the Name of Love, if we didn't bump all these fucking songs for years.
R. Kelly's still on my playlist. I'm not taking them off.
Bro, Aaliyah was Queen of the Damned at like 15 years old. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bro, knock it off. That's why when people were saying that, I was like, yo, that's lame. Like that's really lame, because there's people all in all these crews who have done all kinds of shit. I mean, bro, King Von is a fucking murderer. Little Durk is a murderer, bro.
The Baby killed somebody too,
bro. And we bump their music, no fucking problem. Don't bat the eye.
The Baby. How is it that? Wait, is it the Baby who got canceled at like Coachella or whatever at that music?
Yeah,
festival?
Because he said.
Bro, it's crazy that he got more flack for that than killing somebody. Isn't that
the Baby killed a man in a Walmart.
Yeah.
And it was self-defense though.
It was self-defense though.
Oh, that's different. I guess. That's different.
So what?
No, if you're doing self-defense, then the whole shit is different.
I don't even think he should have got canceled for the shit that he said too. People are too soft.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, but wait, real quick. Back to Family Matters, real quick though. The reason that track is my favorite out of all the tracks that Drake dropped is because of the visuals.
Real quick. Are we going chronologically, or you just kind of drop it in? And should we go chronologically and rate?
What do you mean?
Kind of like go throughout the story to understand the mindset of where we are amongst all these songs to get to the end to where we kind of finalize everything. Everything starts at Control. We're gonna go back. No, just like not that far.
Well, because you weren't around when Control dropped.
I wasn't around, but that's
I remember when Control dropped.
That's kind of where everything really does kind of start, right? It starts this 10-year sneak diss battle between the two for years. Anyway, like that comes out.
No, it was First Person Shooter.
No, what?
Yeah, First Person Shooter came out first.
Are you talking about the big three? Is that why you're trying to reference it?
Yeah, because that's what he attacked. That's what Kendrick attacked.
Okay, so First Person Shooter comes out.
Kendrick's name was dropped in First Person Shooter. That's why I'm saying that would go first.
Okay,
I wouldn't say it was a diss, but I think that
that was Drake, all love.
No, I think Drake does sneak diss him in that song.
What does he say?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and visit it, but I'm almost positive that Drake sneak disses him in that song.
What Kendrick hits in that song is the big three, from what I remember. It's like, we the big three, like we started a league. Who's the biggest MC? Is it K-Dot, Aubrey, or me, or whatever? And that's what in like us?
Like that?
Like
You're
that?
Not like.
Sorry. Oh. It's because the two names are too close now. Not Like Us and like that, I feel like are too close together. Okay. So then Like That comes out. And that's I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that first. And that obviously kicks off the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks that we've had. Maybe a little bit more, a couple months, a month and a half, whatever it is.
I think Like That was a perfect way if he really wanted to kick off. I don't know. Listen, bro, I don't care what no one says. These dudes are all in cahoots with each other. They're not really beefing. Whatever text message they sent to each other said, hey, bro, listen, do this song, drop a couple bars, and we're gonna have a cool little summertime. I think it was a perfect way to launch off the beef.
Kendrick does say it's like it should have been an exhibition. Because I agree with you. I think it was like set up.
I think it was completely set up. That's why this feeding fake information and the wife and the Dave Free, like, bro, the picture of Dave Free commenting on the wife's picture is from forever ago, bro. This is ancient.
It's not that long.
It's 22 weeks, bro.
That's not that
long. Not even a year.
23, 24 fucking weeks ago, bro. That's ancient news.
No,
I do think it started as like a, hey, let's spar a little bit, but then I think it went too far.
It's ancient news. All this shit they're bringing up is all ancient. The daughter allegation is over 10 years old. bro. No one's even talking about J. Cole and
even
him
say
bowing
11.
out. No one's even talking about J. Cole bowing out anymore.
Bro.
That's ancient news. That was 3 weeks ago. This is ancient news now.
Wait, okay, so check this out. So that comes out. 7-minute drill technically is the first rebuttal.
Actual response. Yeah.
Actual response. How do you guys feel? I love that song. I really wish it's still on
It's a
Spotify.
great track. I feel like
The
Jay was
whole
a bitch, and it would have been
album.
awesome to have him in here.
That whole
Sorry.
mixtape is low key a diss tape.
It's such a
It was a good tape, though.
It's a
mixtape.
great tape. It's a great fucking tape. It's a great. I don't know. It makes me curious about what Kendrick would have had to say about
J. Cole.
Jermaine. Yeah,
Well,
it makes me curious, but
Well,
we'll
Drake
never know.
alluded to the fact that Kendrick told him to stay out of it.
Oh, but
He says it in Family Matters. He says when he's talking about the Michael Jackson scheme in the back in the end of the song, and he says something about and your brother is Jermaine, and you kept him out of the light. That's what he's.
Yeah,
that's what
how
he
come
says.
you
in
want
the
to keep him out of the light? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of
I don't.
like, hey, watch out, dog, because we ready to go around here.
I feel like I don't think that. At least I didn't take that as like why did you make him bow out, or like why did you want him to stay out of it? It sounded like it was more of like a why have I put him up more than you have? It seems like why have I shown him more love than you have? That's what I was because like from what I understand, they haven't really collaborated for like the past 10 years or whatever.
They haven't.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are on either one. Actually, Kendrick is on Born Sinner, and that's the last album that he was on. He was on the Me and My Bitch took a little trip down to the garden, took a little sip, apple juice falling from her face, took a little sip. That song is fucking hard, bro. That's such a hard track. But that's the last time that they did any type of collaboration, if I'm not mistaken.
That's how I received it. Of like, I just did first person shooter with him, and like, what have you done with him in the past X amount of time? Which, to be fair, it seems like that was like the only thing that they've done together, right?
Mm-hmm. But Drake did put both of them on. That's the crazy part about it.
Didn't J. Cole put Kendrick on?
Yeah, J. Cole put on K-Dot.
Yeah, but Drake took both of them on their first tour.
That's true.
That's fine. True. That's. I wouldn't say that's them put him on because the
I mean, like that's
Drake
showing
him
him love,
on,
right?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get that twisted.
That's mad love, I think.
Like because then that's like me saying that Beast put me on, where no. Though Beast has done all this for my Crump career and all this stuff, the first person who put me on in Crump was Dredd. And anybody who knows me knows that. So to say, oh, well, Drake put on because he put him on his fourth tour. No, fuck that. J. Cole was the one that hit up Dre and was like, hey, listen, there's this dude from Compton. You really need to hit him up. And there was somebody else even just before that, I guess, who had told Dre the same thing because that's what Cole was saying in his Nardwuar interview.
Yeah.
And so, Drake said, hey, bro, listen, hey, you want this midliner spot, bro? You want this, after our intermission, you want a spot? Like that's love. That's love. And I will never deny that. But
so right here, right now, we're with first person shooter and like that drop, you said you already put Kendrick way ahead.
When like that dropped?
No, by 616 in LA.
In Los Angeles?
Yeah, 616 in LA. Now, I opened up a Reddit thing, right? Because I wanted to even sit down. I sat down over the weekend and was listening to the songs, and then Heart came out, all that. I looked up on Reddit. They have Euphoria as number one,
which
right?
Is a
and
great track too.
Shot.
I did not think it was not as nearly as good as 616 in LA that they have at number 5.
616 in LA is a vibe.
It's
like
number one to me. That's the best song that came out of all of these.
I think it's Not Like Us is.
I think it was
song wise is better.
I think just everything about it was appropriate. Like, you know what I mean? The way the songs were dropping, the fact that it dropped at 616 in LA, like all this shit, like it was just very appropriate for the beef.
That song?
that song.
Oh, bro, there's so many meanings behind the 616 Part 2. It was Canadian's Father's Day, Tupac's date of birth. It was the day that Drake took Kendrick on his first tour in Canada, his first concert when they first met. That was the date. Like, there's so much meaning behind 616 in LA. It's absolutely insane. And when it comes to like diss tracks, that's the type of shit that I like to look at. And when it comes to diss tracks against Drake, because Drake is so methodic when it comes to that type of shit, like how he was with Family Matters and how he dropped all that shit, that's what I liked, that Kendrick did that back to him. You know what I mean? He took the timestamp thing that Drake does. He took the type of methodical fucking things like this, that, and the other, dropped the Maybach glove that belonged to Drake as the cover for it, and put it out. Like, I thought that was great timing. And I think, mistake me if I'm wrong, because 616 in LA dropped that morning, right? I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
Or Thursday or Friday.
I don't know. I don't remember the day, but I remember it was in the morning.
Then Drake dropped Family Matters, and immediately after, he had Meet the Grams on deck.
Yeah.
Like, that was great fucking planning. Because what it did was it washed away what Drake did. That's why nobody listens to the lyrics of Family Matters and nobody watches the visuals of Family Matters, because Kendrick dropped in the morning and dropped in the night and dropped 2 bangers.
Meet the Grams I thought was so whatever.
Meet the Grams is the most mid track to me out of all of them.
But yeah, I agree. I think if it's unfortunate because Family Matters is a really good song. If you would have released it a day after, yeah, he had to have done it a day after, because like you need time, I think, for everybody to like watch and really dissect it and listen to it. But like everybody watched it and then right away watched Kendrick's and was just dissecting Kendrick's.
No, I think no matter what, Dot had that on like go. He knew what was gonna drop. He knew. And that's what I'm saying, dog. The feeding of the information thing just makes so much sense on how and why Kendrick dropped it like that.
See,
because he dropped it right after.
See, and my thing is this: is at the end, and like this is even what I was saying in the text thread. It's all cute, right? Like 616 in LA, the time that he dropped it, and the fact that these tracks were dropping one after the other, blah blah blah. All that is so cute, but in the end, right, in 10 years from now, no one's gonna care about none of that shit. And that's where Charlemagne the God, I think, to me, got it right. And I don't agree with him on jack shit. No one's going to care. No one's going to give a fuck that, it was one released after the other. Us old heads will remember, right? But when my son turns 15, and he's like, hey, wasn't Drake like this guy? It's like, oh, yeah. Did he have a beef with Kendrick Lamar? Like, oh, yeah. Oh, well, I'm listening to their songs. He's not going to know. I'm going to have to explain to him what the security guard thing is. I'm going to have to explain to him what this was. I'm going to have to explain, oh, well, The Weeknd and these guys and Rick Ross was beefing with him too. And, oh, yeah, there's this dude, Pusha T, who got information about a kid, and that's why this is a thing. And blah, 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 blah.
So you're saying that this, as far as like battles, like beefs go between rappers, you're not putting this one up there because of those reasons?
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
So you're not saying this is the best battle of?
No, not the best beef of hip hop.
Wow.
It's the funnest and the best one that I've been able to experience personally. But like the Pac Biggie beef will always be the biggest one to me, because that literally caused a coastal war. You had Suge Knight going up at, what was it, the VMAs, talking about come to death row.
Yeah, and you don't want your producer dancing in the videos. That's what I was telling Damien the other day. He doesn't know what I'm referencing though, but
now stretch that out, and now look at where Diddy's at. Stretch this shit out, and now look at where some of these things are at. And that to me, there was just so much more happening with those. It was an actual It was an actual beef between people who were actually friends. You know what I mean? And people who had actual relation, like the Faith Evans thing with Tupac. You know, that is Kanye versus Drake-esque, but wrapped up with more beef, wrapped up with more like, because this food
I
was.
feel like this is similar.
It's similar, but there
Because
no.
Drake is alluding to that type of shit with Kendrick's wife.
It became a coastal war though. Like you had Mob Deep chiming in. You had all the Junior Mafia chiming in. And then you had all the West Coast rappers chiming in. Right? Dudes who weren't even affiliated with fucking like Wu-Tang Clan, all these motherfuckers, Nas, all these dudes was all chiming in. Like it was literally East behind fucking Biggie and the West behind Pac. And they were going full at it.
I think this is similar because of the fact that, bro, these are by far the two biggest names in hip hop right now. Well, for the last 10 years, even 15 years, we could even call it. So I feel like it's still a division. There's people that absolutely dislike Drake. You know, like they don't think that Drake's a real like you and half the other fucking people that I've tried to debate this with, right? Like you guys are, and I'm not saying you in particular, right? Because I know that you're very fair when it comes to a lot of things, but there's a lot. I'm talking to like most of the other people that I've tried to debate with, but people are very biased when it comes to this beef because of the fact that they already dislike Drake. Right, and that's what frustrated me so much about this beef is that people were already divided like that because of the fact that I don't think Drake's a real rapper. He doesn't have real bars, and Kendrick's the best. So they're not even taking into consideration any of the tracks that Drake's dropping because Kendrick's already beating him. You know what I mean? And myself, I mean, I enjoy Drake more than I like Kendrick. I think Kendrick's the better rapper, but I like Drake better. And even Damien said to me, you're being very fair within this whole beef thing because I even said I had Kendrick winning, bro. I had Kendrick winning. But when Family Matters dropped and then Meet the Grams dropped and then Damien and I talked and Damien even said to me, he was like, wouldn't that just be fucking wild if Drake like fed all this information to him? There like, and I was thinking about it and I said, if Drake does that, if Drake says that he did that, he wins in my book because I go through the validity of what the other fucking person's saying, bro. I need receipts, and that was the other thing that I told Damien too. I said, first person to drop receipts wins. So even if Drake said I delivered all this information to you, this, that, and the other, but then Kendrick drops receipts, I give it to Kendrick because I want validity. I want to know that there needs to be some type of evidence behind what you're saying. Sure, I get what you're saying. It's battle rap. I've watched URL. None of these people are toting pistols and doing all this shit with the sniper, like what they're saying. That's bars. Cool. I get it. I feel like with these two, you can't, like, there is not doing that because of the style of rap that they do.
I agree. Because, like, it's in your face and then also it's metaphorical. A lot of the, like, then I'll get the pistol and whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like that, or like I've seen a lot of people do like the strapped in when you're in a car or whatever. It's like storytelling in your face while getting the metaphor across that like you're not shit or dissing you in some way.
And the whole reason that these dudes are on the platform and the level that they're at is because they're not rapping like that. Maybe they can, sure, but they're not rapping like that. You know what I mean? They're at a higher level and more artistic, and they're better with their pen and craftsmanship than these battle rappers are. That's the way I look at it. And think about it. I mean, when we listen to music, right? Any music that you listen to, that's not the shit that you don't want to listen to that fairy tale bullshit. Like you want to listen to shit that's real. That's why we've liked Kendrick, right? Because he raps about real shit.
But that is judging a lot of it based off of what our preference is, right? Like I prefer J. Cole over both of them because he's a storyteller. He's very, you know, his word choice, his economy of words, right, is very high. All these things. And I guess this is just the part where I get hung up is fed you information, cool. That same information is accessible though. So did you really feed it to him, right? Now, yeah. Now we could shake this whole fucking thing up real quick. you post some screenshots of a fucking WhatsApp conversation, or you post the audio recording of a phone call, like, hey, call this dumbass, you know, we're gonna let this go, blah blah blah. And even that can be fabricated. But it would just add. It would, like, again, like I said, it's cute because it just adds to the story. But no one is gonna know, like, 10 years, like, and just still at the end of it, in 10 years from now, no one's gonna know nothing about these stories. That's why for us right now, it's wonderful. The thing that doesn't make this beef like a Nas and a Jay-Z, or a Game versus G Unit, or a Pac versus Biggie.
Eminem versus Benzino.
Right, let's just take take some of these, take fucking like KRS-One, bro. Like, there's so many other beefs, bro. But the Game versus G Unit is one that I like because whole careers ended. You didn't hear about Young Buck after that. You didn't hear about Little Flip after that. G Unit broke up. Tony Yayo was gone. And the only person who had any kind of career after that was 50 Cent. And even then, he kind of stopped rapping after G Unit collapsed. So
I mean, but that's the thing, right? Is these two are too big for either one of their careers to end.
No one, and that's what's funny. Where Drake's like, I'm too famous to be doing that. It's like, no, you're not. No, you are not. No, you are not.
See, this is where I disagree, because even if some domestic violence shit came out on Kendrick, right? Say there was a police report or something, and Drake got a hold of the paperwork and showed the receipts for it. I guarantee you, Kendrick drops a fucking album, it goes number one, guaranteed.
Yeah,
guarantee
he's winning a Grammy.
I don't know about winning a Grammy, but even
6ix9ine is the biggest artist on YouTube right now. He puts up bigger numbers than Drake. He puts up bigger numbers than Kendrick.
6ix9ine?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Really?
Maybe video views.
Tekashi 6ix9ine puts up insane numbers, bro. And he's put up insane numbers after he was made a fucking informant.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, like, he's like funny rap. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, do you want to listen to the Tekashi 6ix9ine rap? Like,
yo, him in a battle, it would be horrible.
I'm just saying, yes, their careers.
He does have some bangers, though.
Their careers will survive, but we will remember them as the shadows of who they were.
Well, I mean, think about it like this. Think about it with the whole Drake.
Bro, almost fucking anything. Bro, when he released, when he was on that song, Get the Strap, everybody was listening to that song just for his part, for him and 50's part.
Didn't he drop that song Fifi with Nicki Minaj after
I think he did. I want to say he
dropped
did.
That whole album. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, that shit went nuts.
Fuck around.
He has a high view count for sure, but not bigger than Drake.
Bro, put it everything together versus now take away these last maybe few beef fucking songs. This motherfucker puts up numbers, bro.
I mean, no, he puts up numbers, but like I feel like it's, I don't know, not that crazy. Like 300K, 800K, 900K, a million, 2 million, 300K, 6ix9ine.
Bro, and you got to remember he's doing some of this stuff. Like people have been posting like the likes thing, like how Drake's paying for likes, or Kendrick's paying for likes. It's like, well, yeah, of course they are, but guys like 6ix9ine was posting onto YouTube and was getting all these views, bro, in a matter of hours, like hours, 2 hours, 3 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Their careers wouldn't die, bro. I mean, Drake got so much backlash for hiding Adonis, and look at where he is still. He's still at the top.
Yeah, he's chilling. As long as it's the Logan Paul method, bro. As long as you keep posting and keep doing shit, people will remember. What's the saying? People only remember you for your last biggest thing. Like if you dead it right there, then everybody will remember you for the dude who like got beef with Kendrick or got beef with Drake. But if they're just gonna keep releasing albums, like they'll be fine. Or songs in general, they'll be fine.
All right, so here's my next question to you, Corpse. I mean, because obviously we disagree. I think that Drake is in the lead. You think Kendrick's in the lead. I understand your viewpoint on why. Valid. I get it. I get where you're coming from because it's all about the bars, right? It's bars. And Kendrick, and I disagree. I don't think he came hard on They Not Like Us. Did he have a couple bars on there? Yes. But
A minor.
the A minor bar was
the John Stockton bar was the hardest thing that's been said.
correct. I agree with you. But
I thought it was fun.
the only reason I think that song is as memorable as it is because it had the Drake effect. It was a fucking banger, bro. He collaborated with Mustard and he put out something that could be he Draked him. He did exactly what Drake would do and put out a banger that's being played out in clubs everywhere right now. He Draked him. I don't think verse bar for bar that song is the hardest. I do not. I think 616 in Los Angeles is personally.
Nah.
Did really quick. Did Meet the Grams scare you guys? It made me feel a little creeped out. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was like, hey Sandra, about your son. And then he's like, and a deadbeat dad who can never say more life. Like when he ends it like that, I was like, this is the boogeyman, dog. This is the motherfucker.
It's a little scary, bro. He did it. I was like, oh, I don't like this.
But okay, so here's my question to you, Pacho. You think it's over?
No.
Because Drake makes it sound like he's done. He said it sounds like he's bowing out.
Well, he said, and I do like that he acknowledged. He's like, "Yo, like that last one's fire." Like if you were talking facts, though, like, and I like that. That's a nice little subtle jab. I don't think it's over until it's over, because at this point right now, like I said, Drake could come back. He can make a nice comeback if he had a club banger. I just don't. The way he's positioned himself in this battle I don't see that. Like Kendrick's mad on the offense, and whether he's pulling straws from a hat or not. I mean, he's just got fucking all these disses coming from every direction. Now, Drake drop a fucking club banger where because the things that he's been doubling down on is the wife and the bodyguard. You find a couple other fucking things, like double down on the SZA being better than him. Double down. I mean, I don't know where he got 21 Savage being better than him, but
I think he just meant number wise.
I don't give a fuck what you mean, bro. 21...
But don't you think that he tried to make Push-Ups his club banger? That's what I thought. I thought Push-Ups was the club banger that he released. The dropping.
Well, he needs to try again, okay? Because that thing sucks. All right.
Which I like that song, but I think it was the softest song that he came out with.
I thought that shit was weak. I thought Push-Ups was weak. I thought the TaylorMade one was weak, especially the fact that AI got used.
TaylorMade was whatever.
I thought all that
was
shit
cool.
was
I thought that was genius.
It was a good psychological play, but song-wise, it wasn't a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was an interlude.
Play. Stop with the dude. What are we talking about? You're not a fucking army general, bro. Stop with the fucking mind. Yeah,
he's decorated.
His name is Aubrey. You are a half white dude from Toronto, Canada. Knock it the fuck off. When is the last time you won anything battle wise?
See, that's the thing that I didn't like that was brought into it was the race card again. Like I don't like. Well, who cares?
Kendrick is a young black man from Compton, California, USA. You are no army general, my guy. Knock it the fuck off. Just stick to the rap.
Yeah, but neither is Kendrick. He admits it in all of his music, bro, that he stayed away from that type of lifestyle.
And that's fine. Just stay away from it. Just talk y'all shit. Stop playing the mind games. We ain't got to play mind games, guys.
That's who he stepped in the ring with, though. That's why I like that Kendrick did it back to him, because he studied his opponent and knew what was coming, bro. That's why Kendrick was up for me. Kendrick was up 1 for me because he was doing Drake back to Drake.
He was doing it well.
That's cool.
He did it very well.
I mean, that's cool. I like that. I like that Kendrick has shown some versatility, right? He's had some more like slow, methodical, a little more thought out changing the tempos, and then you got stuff like, then you got like Not Like Us. It's just a straight club banger, just talking shit. He's shown some versatility.
The only thing that kind of kills it for me, that like I'm like, this isn't going to be in the club for very long, is the fact that he talks about like he goes into like slaves and then he like doubles down on the pedo shit. I feel like at some point you're gonna be like, I don't know if I want to play this shit in the clubs. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but it's a good thing to play sections of.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. If they'll like,
they don't play full songs like that in the clubs. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They're just gonna do the first half.
They're just gonna play that mustard on the beat. Like, and then They Not Like Us, and then they go into the next song. Like that's he did it perfect for that reason. He did a great job on that. Great fucking job. But the thing is, so I mean, don't you think it's kind of a little bit suspicious that he kind of doubled down on the pedo shit instead of trying to double down on the daughter shit again? That's what makes me believe that the information was fed. Is that, oh, this shit was fake? Okay, now I gotta come even harder on this pedo shit and drop a club banger. That's what Drake says. He was like, you try to double down after you found out that the information was fed to you and come out with this club shit. Like, that's what leads me to believe that the information was fed to him. Personally,
how?
Because he did double down really hard on the pedo shit, and then he started calling everybody in the camp pedos.
That is true.
And crackheads, and that they're running some type of sex ring or some shit.
I can see how you got there as a battler. No, I mean, I could sit there and go one way with a person in a battle, and then they can rebuttal it, which is cool. And I'm gonna just move to the next topic. It's like, all right, next topic. Like, I think he's pulling out more. It's just a thing. Like, okay, cool. You wanna quash that? All right, cool. Well, I got something else for you. But you want to quash that? Oh, I got something else for you. So I just don't think he's at the end of his bag yet for what he's really got to say. Now, if he dropped another track, to me, if he dropped another track after Not Like Us, trying to talk about, oh, you're a pedo and this and that, what about this girl? Unless there's receipts or unless there is somebody who's willing to validate the statement, now you're doubling down, and yet now it's kind of like, all right, bro, this is old. Like, give me something different, give me something new, bro. Like,
and that's what I didn't like about what was the first like track towards Euphoria. That's what I didn't like about Euphoria was that I knew it was gonna be like, you're not black enough, you got ghostwriters, you hid your son. Like, I knew it was gonna be the same played out shit, and that's why I was like, I don't. That's why Drake was ahead right there for me, because I even told D, I was like, I'm tired of hearing the same shit over and over from these people that are trying to battle Drake. Like, give me some new shit, and that's why I kind of liked where Kendrick was going with the pedo shit, but then it's like, you double down on it. Now show me something. Show me some type of evidence. Don't let the internet do it for you.
Now, some people have even said that Euphoria was already him alluding to where he was going to go next because of the show Euphoria. Because the show Euphoria is a bunch of teenage girls having sex, you know what I mean? And everyone was...
Drake produces that show.
Which was about drugs, really. It's about drugs. That just sounded wild.
Sydney Sweeney's up in that bitch, bro, and that's what everybody really knows the show for. Like, so...
Who the fuck is Sydney Sweeney?
The white girl.
Don't play with me.
Is she a baddie?
She's bad. Bro, look her up. Give that a dude. Somebody send him a fucking picture of Sydney Sweeney to his DM right now.
Sydney Sweeney.
She's hot.
Oh, yeah, she's pretty good looking.
Well, hold on, give me one sec. Because this trash right here. Listen.
She got big ass ears,
fucks. I built this table so I could do this podcast tonight, and I literally got done with it right before I sent y'all the link for it.
I know. I saw you setting everything up.
Muzzle on the beat. Hope. It's such a good song, bro.
Wait, so okay, so I didn't ask you. So why do you have Drake up?
I think very similarly to why you have Drake up. I think him even saying that he has fed the information to Kendrick. I mean, like, yeah, I feel like a lot of the shit that is going back and forth, we're taking at face value. So like, if people want to be like, oh, bro, he's just saying that shit, like, give me the proof. It's like, all right, bro, then give me the proof on everything Kendrick has said. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? It's a rap battle. Like, They're not gonna come with like receipts for everything. It's just like talking shit sometimes. But if
yeah, but what about the girls that he's posted pictures with? What about the Millie Bobby Brown thing? What about this? What about that?
Yeah,
That's not
and how
enough receipts for
everybody
you?
who's ever been in these stories have been like, everything's cool, like he hasn't done it. At least from what I've seen, a lot of the people are like, it was chill, it was whatever. I think Drake's up because of that, yeah. Because if he played 5D chess, not even 4D chess, and really planted some information, I think that's just good, bro. Like, GG's. Sorry, you got fucking railed. And like I said, I think it's because if you really think it through and you flip the script and Drake did everything Kendrick did and Kendrick did everything Drake did, people would be on Kendrick's side 100% like they are now. The only difference is his stories, it's not in your favor, or it's not with your favorite rapper, or I don't know, maybe you somehow have a little bit of a bias towards against Drake, but
which majority of people do. I think you started to notice that.
I feel like a lot of people
conversations or like research or whatever.
And I think you brought up something that I brought up in a group chat that we're in, that is like the internet, I feel like, is doing a lot of heavy lifting for Kendrick and in the accusation and the things that he's saying, and not a lot of heavy lifting for Drake. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, but a lot of the things that, like, even the double entendres and the things that like people bring up, it's very much like the reactors or the Twitter handles that are like, oh bro, Kendrick means this and that, and like he actually, all of the like images or like things that it could be. I feel like the internet is doing a lot of heavy lifting for that.
Yeah, and then that was the other thing that and I'm not gonna drop any names because I know this person watches the podcast, and I hope that he doesn't take this disrespectfully by what I say. But it's funny to me when people that are trying to like make cases against Drake and these types of things post certain shit, and it cracks me the fuck up. Because earlier today we got a text message about supposed UMG beef, about how Universal Music Group came to Kendrick and was like, hey, you guys, and The Weeknd, and was like, you guys need to stop this beef, and Kendrick needs to issue an apology because Nike and all these other companies are starting to lose money now because you're calling Drake a pedophile, and there was some Zoom call that happened. And I said this is exactly how the conversation went. That picture was sent to me. I said, sounds like a load of shit, because Drake owns Universal Music Group, or part of it. I don't think he wouldn't be in the back and forth beef and then ask to stop the beef. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me, first and foremost. Then what was rebutted to me was that people have got into the middle of Drake beefs before, and they actually stopped the Drake and Pusha T beef. And then I was sent a video of I already knew what they were talking about because I watched the interview before and I knew exactly what he was talking about. It wasn't it wasn't Universal that got into the middle of it. It wasn't even a record label that got into the middle of it. It was Jazz Prince, who's one of Drake's friends' dads, Jay Prince's dad, who heard the song that Drake was going to release against Pusha and was like, don't do this. You're going way too far. Families are going to get hurt and people are going to get hurt. And this is going to like cause a real ruckus, not just in music, but like in reality.
People, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why Drake was like, okay, I'm not going to release a song. He wasn't asked by a music, like, and back to the point that I was trying to make. It's like you're trying to make your story valid or your argument valid by sending something that has nothing to do with your argument. Now, if you sent me something that showed that Universal Music Group came to Drake and was like, don't respond to Pusha T, and it was on wax, like it was documented, then okay, then I understand the point that you're trying to make. But this was a friend of his giving him advice. That's not somebody coming in and stopping the battle. That's not the industry putting their hand in it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. But I feel like people that are trying to like make points against Drake and whatever, making him invalid, do that quite frequently, and it drives me insane.
Those guys are whack. Listen, I'm not a fucking again, and I say this because I just want to be sincere. I've never been a fan of Drake. Never, like, he's been cool later on in my life. You know, again, I give it up to his fucking Nothing Will Be the Same album. I think it's one of the greatest albums of all time. That. Yeah, people will pull whatever out of their ass to try to validate, you know, like, oh well, this has a double entendre, no, this has a secret meaning, and oh well, this person called this person for them. It's like, bro, you don't know none of that shit. You're not there. Like, you're really not in those fucking conversations. So they convolute these made up fucking stories they have in their head with what's happening in front of our fucking face right now. Jay Prince is somebody you got to check in with whenever you're in Texas. Like, you pull up, you check in with Prince. That's just anybody who knows the streets and knows the streets of that area know that. I mean, Joe Rogan just talked about it recently on a fucking podcast. And so,
wait, who's that?
Jay Prince?
Yeah.
Jay and Jazz Prince. They're big timers, I think, out of Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when
well, they're part of the they have their hand in the music industry.
Yeah, like
Jay Prince is one of Drake's best friends. Jazz Prince is his father, and they're from Houston. That's where Drake gets his Houston validity from, is because he has ties with them because of his father.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, like,
yeah, because Drake's father, Dennis Graham, was actually a musician as well, and his family is from Houston. That's where Drake gets a lot of his Houston validity from, and because Bun B backs him, and like a lot of like UGK, Slim Thug, like all those dudes back Drake. That's why, you know, that's what Drake covers a lot of ground, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, he has his hand in a lot of shit.
What does it mean to be what does it mean to check in? Like, you have to go talk to them, like, genuinely?
Yeah. So, like, let's say, like, if you were in the neighborhood, right, and let's say you were passing through my neighborhood, right, and you were wanting to do shows in my neighborhood,
or like a music video or something.
Like, yeah, you would come check in with me, even just a show. Like, hey, I'm about to do a concert out here. Let me tap in with Pudge because I'm in his city. Like, you know what I mean? I want it to be a good show. I want there to be a good turnout. I want it to be safe. All these things. Let me tap in with Pudge. Let him know I'm in the city. Right. And or even if you're in my neighborhood, like in my block, bro, like, hey, homie, why are we shutting down streets over here? What the fuck is going on? Like, you know what I mean? Because that dude, the Prince family were dudes, you know, back in the day who would pull up. You know, they're pulling up to the local barbecues. They're pulling up over here. They're pulling up over here to the studio sessions. They're checking in with these dudes, and it's like, whoa, how do you get to rent out this studio, bro? Like, this is my studio. These are my people's. How are you renting it out? And my young guy here don't get to get his studio session in. That's something you need to check in with. Like, check in.
Yeah.
With
So a lot of times checking in.
Know.
Yeah, a lot of times checking in is like either with the gang in that area, or like the big head of that, like the most known big head OG from that area. And sometimes, depending on who it is, you gotta like pay a fee to be in that area.
Yeah, pay the toll.
Or you pay a toll for protection in that area. So say you're like, that's why like Drake, this is public record, not like through court order or anything, but many people have said it. When he goes to certain places in Compton, he pays his way in.
You gotta check in,
and he checks in, and he makes sure that he has protection. So basically, what it is like that main area in Compton or whatever, right? Say it's Drake. Main area in Compton, he wants to go shoot a video with the game or shoot a video, whatever, right? He pays his toll, and then the Bloods in that area or the Crips in that area, it's mostly Bloods that he goes to see, though. The Bloods in that area make sure that he has protection. Nobody's going to touch him. Nobody's going to rob his jewelry. Nobody's going to, no rival gangs are going to come in the area while he's there. Shit like that.
He ain't like... That's the thing. Like, some people will be like, "Oh, he could pull up. He's valid in Cali. He could pull up to Kingsway right now." Like, no, he can't, bro.
No, he is not.
He is calling a list of people before he pull. There is so many young men, right, from Grape Street, right, or Kingsway, who would give their life to have a chance just to pop rounds at him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really think he's just gonna pull up and not check?
They can't because he pays his toll. Yeah. From what I understand, his toll in LA in Compton is $50 grand.
Yeah, bro. He is checking the like, bro. When Crumpers come to Oxnard and I find out they're here, I message them like, "Yo, bro, you're in the city." Like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be here for a couple hours, bro." Like, my bad, I didn't tap. And they say I didn't tap in with you, but they know, like, bro, I'm checking in. I'm checking in on my city. Like, what's got you here, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
There's
Not
there's a video of the baby. I don't remember where he's at. I think it might have been Texas.
they're talking about where's your permission slip.
Yeah, where's your permission slip at? You know what I'm talking about? He was shooting a video and they were like, "Hey, where's your permission slip?" And he was like, "I don't need a permission slip."
He's like, I ain't no
But
Pee Wee.
the baby is a different breed though. That motherfucker is
Wait,
crazy.
but like you say that shit, you get shot or what? Like what happens if you
get ran up on? You got jewelry on. Oh yeah, bro, it's all of them versus you.
Yeah.
And what's your little security gonna do against 50, 60 of my goons?
Watch it can, because I've kind of seen it boil out where it was. I remember I pulled up to a party, and this was way back, and it was $5 to get in, and I was like, all right, cool. So we all gave them $5. You know, we're starting to pay our way in. They're like, oh, is it all of you guys together? I was like, yeah, it's all of us. So I thought we were about to get a discount. He goes, oh, well, y'all's gonna have to pay for that. And it's like, what do you mean, bro? Like, and listen, I had a pocket full of money. I ain't tripping. But it's like, what do you mean I gotta pay for? I'm bringing bitches. What do you mean I gotta pay more? And it's like, nah, like, y'all are too deep. Like, check in, bro. Who's here with you? Let me get your whole squad together. And so it's kind of like saying, like, I know who's here. I know who's gonna be here. I know if you cause trouble, all of you motherfuckers got to go too. So yes, there's places where you'll go in LA or somewhere in Texas, New York, and you're shooting a music video, and homies might pull up like, "Hey, man, who said you could shoot this music video right here?"
Yeah, we used to do that shit here on the block too. Like, because
it's 100 for you. It's
this
100
house
for you.
Where I live. This is where I grew up. This is my childhood room, bro. Like, this is where I grew up my whole life. And so the porch right here outside, this is where everybody from the block would be. We would all be right here. And anytime somebody would be coming down, because I live on the corner, this is a corner. Anytime anybody would be coming from that corner or this corner, before they made it to the corner, they would whistle so that we knew that they were coming. Because if anybody was coming down the block and we didn't know who it was, we would cut the lights in the front and we would see who it was. Like, just little shit like that, bro. Like, I guess it's more of an urban thing, D. But yeah, I mean, typically, like, your block, like, you take care of your neighborhood, right? So you don't want anybody in your neighborhood that you don't know. So if somebody's having if my house is the house where everybody runs deep and the rest of the block knows it, like, if there's going to be a party down the street, they will come in and let me know, like, hey, we're going to have a party down the street. Like, there's going to be a bunch of cars and shit. Everybody's cool. They won't come this way, type of thing. That's checking in.
Gotta check in, baby. Get that permission slip signed.
So let me ask you this, D. Now that you've been engulfed in hip hop, I mean, I wouldn't really say engulfed in hip hop,
yeah,
just
not
because,
really. Just like this genre, just like these two people, really,
and Wayne
and J. Cole.
Does it make you want to, like, I don't want to say study, but does it make you want to, like, dive deeper into, like, battle raps or like beefs that have happened over the years, even older beefs, and just kind of like dissect what the winner and loser did wrong or did right in those battles? Like, does it interest you to do that, or are you just kind of like, oh, I hopped in at the right time and this is awesome and I like hip hop now?
Honestly, right now, no. And I think I said this to Julissa. I'm a little burnt on this beef, just a little bit, because I'm like, it's kind of dead to me, in my opinion. I feel like it's a little overdone at this point, but I only think that, honestly, because of the rate, I think, of how quickly everything's been coming out. And I don't think that there's, like, with it, there's anticipation, but, like, it lasts a day. And then there's, like, something else. And then in that particular day, there was 3 back-to-back, all in the same day, by these two. And at certain points, at least at this point, I'm kind of like, okay, it's done. Like, now we get to marinate in it for a little while. I think it's pretty much done to the point where, like, nobody's really going to say anything else, because what else can you really say other than like, here's the proof, here's like the police reports, here's the, I mean, you know, whatever. If you want to add more validity to your disses, and then to study like past beefs, I feel like I'm always going to be comparing it to this beef now of like
Always.
how fun and like how excited I was for each drop. Like me and Cisco called each other. We were, or he would call me a lot of the times. He would tell me how it dropped and how excited I was to like listen to it. And that one particular day where it was like the 616 Los Angeles, and then it was Family Matters. Family Matters dropped. I remember watching it. Cisco calling. We like kind of geeked out about it a little bit. And then on the phone with them, Kendrick dropping. Like it was so exciting. But I don't know. I think it makes it a little harder to go back to really
Do you think
listen to everything.
Do you think that you're gonna continue like listening to hip hop music and like find new artists on your own without recommendations?
Yeah, I think I want to listen to like I'll probably listen to a lot of popular people. Like really I've listened to a lot of like what you guys have said, like Kendrick, Lil Wayne, Drake, stuff like that. But
we went through a lot of Drake's discography. I mean, we went through some of his discography on the ride up to LA, and we listened to like old J. Cole.
Lot, yeah.
If there's anything though, hip hop wise, I would hope that you begin to look into is the actual hip hop artists and people like KRS-One to me is the embodiment of what hip hop music is, and what it should be. And if
I like him and like MF Doom and like Gangstar, Black Thought, like those types of dudes that are not mainstream hip hop and are talking about like, you know, deep rap. And
but I mean KRS-One, whoop whoop, it's the sound of the police, whoop whoop, that's the sound of the beast, whoop. Like bro, it's such a. But then when you sit there and listen to him lecture about the meaning of the word hip hop, what it means, right? Or how he can talk about African Bambaataa and Kool Herc and how they created hip hop, and how you know, the slider for a DJ turntable was invented. Like he talks about stuff like that and what hip hop was really supposed to be, what it turned into, how it got there. Like if you listen to him, bro, like it will change your perspective of what real hip hop is and what real hip hop music is. And then you kind of see what we have today. And so it's kind of like, if you would want to go back, I wouldn't say like try to like look up beefs, but look up where it was, what it was, and what it then see now what it's became, and why it is exciting to kind of see this new age of what hip hop's became. Versus, like I said, like this is what it's became. What it was also was a very dangerous sport at one time. When you look at people like, yeah, of course, Pac and Biggie, that'll always be remembered. But then you go back even further than that, and there's people dying back then just because they were famous rappers. You know what I mean? Like
well, and I think with, you know, the only reason I thought about this is because you brought up Africa Bambaataa, and it's like I feel like whenever I hear Africa Bambaataa, I always think of Planet Rock, like party people. Like I think with delving into hip hop. Because you got to remember, right? Like, Pudge and I have been hip hop pretty much our whole lives, bro. With dancing, the music, graffiti art, like all of these are the elements of hip hop. Like, what really created hip hop back in the day. So I think if you start with like Africa Bambaataa and go down like that rabbit hole of music, and start listening to like KRS-One, like old LL Cool J tracks, you know, and then just kind of really just follow and see how, because I think there was something that we even listened to, or we were listening to something. What were we listening to? We were talking about the Kendrick album. We were talking about To Pimp a Butterfly, I think. Oh yeah, because we were talking about King Kunta.
Yeah, that was a
And
good song.
we were talking about the funk in that album. There was a lot of funk, right?
A lot of funk.
And then I was like, bro, you have to understand that he's from Compton, where G Funk originated from. And then I showed you like some of Dr. Dre's shit, and I was like, see how like like Regulators and shit like that.
Right?
Yeah, it was like Snoop, Dre, all of them. It was all G Funk, the G Funk era that happened in Los Angeles on the West Coast. But then you got to think about like the chopped and screwed shit that Houston was banging out. Then you got to listen to like the shit that happened in New York. Then you got to listen to like the old club banger shit, like the shit that got Wayne started. The Hot Boys and shit like that down south in New Orleans and shit like that. So there's regions, like there's regions, and there's hip hop is such a wide based genre that it's not just like the trap music that plays on the radio today, like that 21 Savage and Drake song you like. That's like, like club banger shit. Every region has their different sound, and it's like, you can pick and choose who you like. Like, honestly, like I'm gonna love G Funk till the day that I die because I'm from California and that's the hip hop that I grew up on. I remember listening to fucking The Chronic when I was fucking 10 years old or whatever the fuck it was. So I think it's just time to start like expanding your playlist and being open to listening to more things, but really trying to get back to the root of what hip hop is. And I think Punch said it perfectly. Like KRS-One is probably the best place to start. KRS-One, MF Doom, Gangstar,
Madlib,
Tribe Called Quest, fucking Black Thought. Like some of these names are names that people never talk about. Tech Nine, like some of these names are people that are never talked about because they're not mainstream hip hop. And these are the guys that are really, really have like paved the way for all these big heads to do this shit.
Even KRS-One gives a lecture on how there was never supposed to be a thing as mainstream. That was never supposed to be a thing like that. That in the music industry, how they talk about selling your soul. What it was they first started saying that because your soul was your music, and then you begin to sell it, and you were selling it to these record labels, and you were selling it to these these different labels and shit. And little do you know that before you knew it, your music that you were once making lost its luster, and you weren't rapping about the same things, and you're doing performance in places that you don't want to be at, and blah 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 blah. Like there has been a huge shift between what the hip hop culture once was to what we have now. And it is interesting. It is interesting because you do see the people who try to preserve it, like the J. Coles. You do see some people who try to preserve some of this. I don't want to say tradition, but tradition of what the music style was supposed to be and was.
The lecture that you're talking about, is that The Power of Future?
I can't remember. I don't remember the name of the title. But there was like, dude, I had like a solid maybe 6 months where all I did was listen to fucking KRS-One, because he had one about like the different dimensions of existence, and that one was compelling. And I didn't believe in KRS-One the way that a lot of other people did that I would like talk with about music. But once I started listening to his lectures and then listened to his music again, and like found out like his name isn't KRS, it's actually Krishna, and all this stuff, like oh shit. So yeah, that was a journey. But no, I don't remember the name of the title.
I was gonna say really quick.
I like how he always says really quick. You don't need to be quick. It's your turn to talk.
Be really long, dude.
Oh, okay.
I know you're really long.
Whoa.
Just
what was I gonna say? No,
you got shorts on?
Yeah, y'all got me blushing. I do. Here's my knee to prove.
You got the Rugrat joints on?
It's actually one of my balls. Sorry. No, not the Rugrats one. I just got gray shorts on. Oh fuck.
Damn, gray shorts.
Stand up.
Nah.
Stand up and show us real quick.
No, what I was gonna say was really quick.
See, it's always really
I was
quick.
really gonna say, it's actually kind of funny to hear that that was the thought process of like selling your soul, is selling yourself to the labels and stuff. Because now I feel like it's kind of reversing itself back a little bit, where artistry is going back to like the artists themselves, and they're managing more of their social medias because it's more individualized. And if you have like a company behind you, it feels so much more disconnected, and people feel that, at least for the up and comers of like rap or like, any sort of songwriting, where like it feels like that connection to your audience is not only important in the social media aspect, but it's a bonus and huge booster to like your music aspect. And it's kind of like flipping it back on its head to where like it's not necessary for you to necessarily have a label. Probably helps, but you want to be connected on that one-on-one level.
Did you speaking of that, real quick, speaking of that, did you guys see what Kendrick did today?
What was that?
He let
he removed
monetize?
he removed all the copyright laws or whatever.
Does that mean we can have a Kendrick song?
Yeah.
That's
You're allowed
crazy.
to monetize his music now because he saw how many reaction videos were coming out on YouTube throughout this whole beef, that he is allowing you to monetize your videos now with his music, which
I
is
thought it was a
game changing.
I thought that was cool. And we also got to remember Damo just on this whole thing of like selling your soul. People wonder why too I don't dance a lot for money, and also why I'm also hesitant for taking money on the podcast, right? Because whatever your soul touches, it's touched by in return. And KRS-One made that point saying, so if you're going to make music for a certain community, that certain community will begin to affect your music. And if you're selling it for money, then the money will begin to affect your music. And I was like, it was a really profound thought process that he went on. And so even like, we've talked on this podcast about like, what if we got a certain sponsorship for this? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And I hate to be that person, but it's like, do I want dirty money touching my soul? Like, are these the people that I want telling me what to say, when not to say it, or how to say it, how many times to say it? And I was like, no, I don't. I really don't want that.
Hell yeah, we do.
Do you think that
We gotta
there's
put fucking food in our kids' mouths?
Do you think that there's a way to? I think it's a very hard line to drive. Do you think there's a way to be able to make the money on the artistry that you're making, whether it be podcasts or music or whatever it be, and still maintain that soul that you have and that love for it that you have?
Yes, of course.
Hell yeah, there is.
Of course.
As long as you make the rules on how you make that money. That's what he's saying. So like say fucking White Claw, right? Came and was like, hey, we need you guys to do 5 1-minute ad reads while you guys are doing your podcast, because we know it's 2 hours. This is the script that we want you guys to read exactly. That's what he means by like, now I'm selling my soul because they're telling me everything. But if they were like, hey, you guys, we just want to make sure that you guys plug White Claw at least 5 times you guys do podcast, however you guys want to do it, whether that's, say picking one up and like showing the label and cracking it, or if it's like Korpsx asking, hey, what flavor is that White Claw? How refreshing? Like little things like that. Then you kind of have managed a little bit more on what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Your
mic. Korpsx?
Say something?
Korpsx?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I don't know. Your mic was messed up.
Really?
It was sounding
like a
little bit.
Did you guys hear what I said though?
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
But that's what you meant, right, Corp? Like that's what you mean, right? Like it's like not having the freedom to do as you want, with working hand in hand with the company that wants to pay you.
Yeah, and even then, it's like if I had 2 people coming to me, right, and I had one person offering me $100 and somebody offering me $20, but the dude with $20 has no affiliations, no nothing. He just loves the fucking podcast. Like, hey man, listen, I want to see you guys buy some new microphones, this and that. I'm gonna donate this money. I would take that money way quicker than somebody who could offer me just more.
It sounds like you're more in favor of like a Patreon than
Yeah, somebody directly donating. I would love that. If somebody would just directly donate, that would be fucking awesome. I would if I could make that and never worry about a sponsorship, I would take that all day. Even if it was a fraction of the money that fucking I would make. Yeah, because why have my name associated with people who just want to benefit off of me? You know, yeah, sure,
you benefit off of it too.
And that's fucking awesome, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's what, yeah, of course, that's wonderful. But why, like, what benefit is what you got to ask yourself, right? I benefit from smoking weed all the time, but to what benefit? It destroys, my lungs and it affects certain abilities. I benefit from fucking drinking. It makes me feel great. I benefit from fucking sex. That's awesome, right? But doesn't mean I should be humping everybody out there in the world. You know what I mean?
No, but if you humping the right person,
even then, even the right person, doesn't mean you should just be humping. Humping for the sake of humping isn't good.
You gotta hump with a purpose.
Yeah, you hump with a purpose, boys.
I mean, but you would give the right person a contract if they came at you with a sponsorship, right?
Yes, of course. I would never. I don't want to ever like seem so exclusionary.
Would you give White Claw a sponsorship? Would you let White Claw sponsor you? Sponsor the podcast?
Would you let?
I think Damien said no to alcohol, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of cool. I'm kind of cool off of like drugs and alcohol sponsoring the podcast. I smoke enough, and that's bad. That's bad enough.
I know. Cisco.
You have a drunk on your podcast that drinks every podcast. No, I mean there was a month where I didn't drink on the podcast,
and I smoke weed religiously, but I wouldn't want Cookies or fucking Maven to come try to sponsor the pod. Like that's just kind of like, ooh, like, bro, I'll just smoke the weed, bro. Like you don't even gotta sponsor me.
You wouldn't do a cookie sponsorship?
I don't think so. No.
Damo, would you be open to a cookie sponsorship?
I love cookies. Okay, I would.
No, not that cookies.
Any cookies, okay.
Cookies the dispensary.
I know. I'm just like,
I wouldn't be opposed to it because we have a weed smoker on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be opposed to it. I mean, I've done like edibles, so it'd be hypocritical.
All I have to do is
I never just
beanie or something.
As long as I could say, you know what, audience, do it safely. Don't be crazy with it. Don't be as long as I could put my own disclaimers of like this is how I feel about it.
Yeah, there's just, I mean, even with weed smoking, like just the idea, hearing it straight out, like, no, I'm good. There would have to be a lot of deliberation.
If it was just the branding, the marketing, where you just have to wear something that was cookies.
Again, me and those people are gonna have to have some conversations. This is, I'm just not for what? Like,
what if you put a cookie? What if you just put for money for the sponsorship? You either have to wear. Each one of us has to wear something Cookies each stream, or
I don't need the money.
Or just put up a Cookies logo on the stream. You wouldn't do that for money?
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but the conversation would have to be had because I don't need their money. I don't want their money.
I do.
Well, that's my.
That might be the fucking money.
That might be a difference between you and I. I don't have to sell my soul that way.
So what is the company that you would allow sponsorship on the podcast?
I don't know. I was even saying that before when we've had this conversation. It's like, that's something I would really have to sit down and think and talk with you guys about. Like, again, I'm not like opposed, but again, it's like, I'm not just like somebody they can be like, oh, I'll pay you this money. And I fucking just sign my name on a contract. No, fuck that. No, sirree. No, sirritos.
Helix.
Who the fuck is
a water company?
It's a bed brand.
What?
I like Sleep. Sleep is nice. Sleep on that bed. It's a Helix.
No, it'd be a tight company, somebody who goes around and teaches kids shit. Like, you know what I mean? Or
Vsauce.
Or comes and they supply fucking drinking water to, Fight for the Forgotten. They want to come sponsor the podcast. Absolutely, I'll do it. Or the Innocence program. Absolutely, bro. Fucking absolutely. I'll read whatever ad read you guys need because they fight for people's rights. You know what I mean? That's something I can get fucking behind. No questions asked, bro. It's like, oh, you help people get released from prison who's been wrongfully fucking convicted. Absolutely, bro. I'll get behind.
Okay, what if it's something different like Shure microphones?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I like
Because
Shure.
there's no association with nothing with that. It's just a fucking microphone.
I like Shure.
Okay.
You know, but when you have any kind of associations or dealings, it's like, bro, why I don't want to be connected to it. I don't want to have to worry about disconnecting from it. I'm cool. I'm cool.
So let me ask you this: what kind of microphone do you have right now? Audio, is that an Audio Technica mic?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And we all know that D like Shure. So if Audio Technica, no, fuck it. If Yeti was like, hey, we're gonna sponsor you guys' podcast, but you guys all have to use Blue Yeti mics.
Say fuck you.
You getting rid of the Shure? You getting rid of the Shure?
No, I like this mic. I'd be like, listen, you two motherfuckers take bigger chunks, or if they, I don't know. I'm not getting rid of this mic. This mic's sick.
Yeah,
I'll reach out to Shure.
50K 6-month contract.
I'll reach out to Shure and I'll be like, listen, Shure, this is the bag they're offering. I'll take a little bit less.
6-month contract between the three of us just to use Blue Yeti mics.
I'll take a little bit less, Sure. I'll take a little bit of a pay cut. Just give us a contract. I'll sign right the fuck now on behalf of UTP.
I'm asking you a question. You
What?
wouldn't do it?
6-month contract, how much?
50 racks. 50 racks. You have to use the mic for 2 hours during the podcast, and that's it.
Then I gotta unscrew it, rescrew. No.
You wouldn't do it either?
Why bring down the quality of my shit just so that they can benefit off of me? For what?
Also, the Blue Yeti. Wait, hold on. Blue has to have a ridiculous.
Oh shit on my fucking microphone right now.
Sorry, it's not a fucking Shure microphone though, Cisco. You could probably buy 6 of those things at fucking Best Buy for like $300, bro. It's cool.
No, it wasn't. This is a more expensive mic than that.
Okay, wait.
He used to use this mic.
Really quick. There is.
Did you not used to use this mic?
Yes, I did. There are real high quality Blue mics, so yeah, I could probably fuck with one of them.
This is one of them.
That's not one of them.
This is like the midline. This is a decent microphone.
No, it's a good mic. It's a good mic. I'm just saying.
If they can't give me a microphone that is not only superior, it has to be superior, but also convenient in every way with a number that I accept, then I'll do it. If not, no.
The best mic they have is like I see it here for like $113.
No shot. How much is this one going for now? Oh, maybe because I bought this one during COVID.
That one's $100.
Oh, well, I definitely bought it for more than that during COVID.
Oh, but it's on discount. Usually it's $200. Damn, this is nice.
See? This is a $200 microphone. Y'all fucking...
No, not that one.
Oh, shit.
The other one. The other one. I'm saying...
I paid like $160 or something.
Yeah, it's probably because you got it on COVID. You got gypped, my guy.
I paid...
Damn, they fucking...
paid a lot for my setup. You know how much I paid for this arm? It's a blue arm, too. Look, we would all get new arms.
I need a low profile arm. I'd probably stick with this arm, but then I'd switch out the.
So you would do it. You would do it.
Sure. Sure.
Oh, now we just got to get Putch on board.
Because I thought you were talking about that mic. I personally don't like that mic for me anymore.
Oh, I just said a blue mic.
Sure, why not?
Well, like I said, if it was a superior mic in every sense of the fashion and more convenient, yeah, we could have a conversation. But no, just for the money, no, I'm not in a quick dash to make money like that. No, I'm good.
Dang, not in a quick dash.
Nope. See, and that's where if you go back to like the earlier KRS-One conversation, that's what hip hop artists lost sight of, and I think that's what all artists lose sight of, is they say, "Oh, I have," they're presented money that they'll never probably see again in an opportunity. So they take the money, and little do they know they entrap themselves in certain situations, and they pigeonhole themselves into a corner. Mm-hmm. And I'm cool. I don't need, my life isn't based off this pod, right? Like, if we all said, hey, today's the last fucking episode of the podcast, boom, 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 like remove the emotions, I will be fine. I'm going to go to work tomorrow. My kids are still alive. I will be okay, right? Now, for somebody who they're banking their whole existence off of this podcast, and then this is their only bread maker, boom, 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 I could understand. I'm not going to knock them for taking the money, but yeah, you're kind of selling out. You're selling out a little bit. A little bit.
I like the idea of doing shit that you believe in and having some sort of guideline that you follow going into these sponsorships and shit that you believe in. There's somebody, I don't know if you because I'm in like the tech world a little bit more. He's like the biggest tech reviewer. Marquez Brownlee. Do you guys know who that is?
No idea.
No
This is
clue.
dude Marquez Brownlee. He's a tech reviewer. He's one of like he's the biggest because he has a. It seems like he has a very transparent way to do sponsorships and just tech reviews overall. He has like a guideline of like, okay, the company isn't even going to see the video until it's released. So if I talk shit on it, if I think it's genuinely bad, then the company will know at the same time everybody else does. I'm not taking any money on certain videos. I'm not taking certain like product reviews if they're not like within my viewpoint, like good or useful for people. Like he has a very, I think, structured way of like making money. I think it's really cool and it's super respectable. But that's what I strive to be in, like hopefully sponsorships that we do in the future.
But don't you think that at some point, right, with as big as you've gotten, your mic is still muted, Korpsx, just to let you know. Don't you think, like, as soon, I knew he was going to respond and he was going to be like, with as big as you got, or as big as you get, like, there are going to be sponsorships that roll in, like Gillette, right? Or like Manscaped, or Rocket Mortgage, Cash App. Like
Rocket's one that I really do believe in, though.
Rocket Mortgage?
Yeah, I love that. I personally use that app, which actually brings me to today's sponsor. Just kidding.
So here's the thing, right? Like, say Rocket Mortgage drops us wants to hit us with a sponsorship.
I'll be like, yeah, absolutely.
And Damien really fucking believes in it. Are we taking the sponsorship because it's something that he absolutely believes in and uses on a day-to-day basis? Or is he going to have to try and convince us?
I'll pitch you guys.
Yeah, I might need a pitch on that one.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be like, listen, guys, just do it, okay? Please.
He's like, I'll finally show you my dick.
Listen.
Yeah.
Would you show put your dick for a Rocket Mortgage sponsorship?
I don't think you want to see that shrimp, my guy. Not for.
I'm down. No, I'm down. No, I'm down. Don't tell me what I'm not down. I am down.
No, but yeah, I'll pitch you guys. Yeah,
question,
because I think
answer the question.
What?
Would you show put your dick for a Rocket Mortgage sponsorship?
Next question, Your Honor.
Oh, answer the question, dog.
No.
You wouldn't?
My dick is sacred, man. Only a certain amount of people could see it.
Whatever.
Throughout your life? You've never showered in a gym before?
Not naked.
Wait, what?
Not naked. It's been boxers.
You shower with boxers on?
I have in the gym. No, wait. I've never actually showered. Have I showered in the gym?
How do you wash your nuts?
No, never mind. I have.
On?
No, I have. I've showered naked, but it's always like a private bathroom, like a private shower.
Are you like worried if somebody else sees you naked?
No, I'm not worried.
Let me put it to you like this. Say we went to the gym together, right?
Me and you?
Yeah, me and you went to the
gym.
You're
not seeing me naked.
No, obviously I wouldn't be like, hey, dog, what's up? Let me see you.
No, naked. I know you're not, but I'm not walking out.
Nonchalantly, I was like, I opened your shower and I was
There's no shot.
Would you be like, oh, what the fuck? Like, would you be like, cover yourself up, or you're like, bro, what the fuck?
I'll probably a mix of the two. I'll probably be like, hey, yo, and I'd cover my shit, but I wouldn't be like.
Are you a coverer, Korpsx, or are you just like, this is my naked body? It is what it is.
I just grab my nuts, just like, whoa.
Korpsx is like, bro, I'm swinging this thing around.
Dang, boy, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm slightly covered, bro. I'm slightly covered.
What, dude?
You feel weird,
thing, bro.
Zero. Do you feel weird like when you're watching movies and shit and there's dudes naked in the video?
No. This is a good conversation to come into. Quan, you came in at literally the tail end, but also talking about my dick.
Would you feel weird if you saw me naked? Like, say we were at the gym and then we got done with the shower. I took off my towel to like get dressed, and I was like butt ass naked right there in the middle of the locker room.
No, I would just be like, yo, hey, yo. But I wouldn't be like, yo, ew. I would just be like, oh shit. I didn't even realize.
Would you be like, do you always get naked? in the gym? Would you ask me like some weird ass question like that?
No,
Brother,
I would just.
I feel like you would.
I would just be. I would
brother,
just be like,
what is
watch
that,
out, bro? The
brother?
floor is dirty, bro.
What?
Don't let
What
that
is that,
shit.
brother?
Don't let that shit hit the ground, bro.
Nah, this
Nah,
is a
but
trip you don't want to see either.
no, but
Hey, I was gonna ask you guys for the
Let's see.
next in person. Would you guys want to come by the studio?
that'd be cool.
Right there where you're at.
We have a studio in the back.
When we got a fucking bro? You know how many fucking hours we had to use? You know how many hours we had to work just to get up half a day usage of sick hours?
So
Take
on
it
the
up with
next
your fucking
year
unibrow.
anniversary, we'll be able to go down there.
All right.
I'm sure we'll be able to set up a time to go out there. We just have
Yeah.
it just has to play right. But yeah, I'd be down. We could do it. Then we could do an actual in-person pod.
That'd be cool. Damn, why are you
All right.
flexing on us?
Where's the six pack at though? What happened to it?
Damn.
I put on some
Hey,
weight. baby.
Drake knows a guy, so maybe you could,
Yeah, I don't need no BBL, dude. I'm good off that.
I don't know, bro.
BBL Drizzy.
Yo, he did said Drake needs to get on that shit. If he's smart, he'll be smart with it.
So supposedly, academics said that there was supposed to be another track that dropped today. He didn't say from who, Drake or Kendrick, but the shooting that happened postponed it.
Oh damn. Yeah, bro. Why we gotta shoot? Why we gotta have shooters, bro?
I don't think
quick.
it was related to either party. I think it
Real-
was just some knuckleheads that wanted to clout chase.
Some
And
fans. Real quick, because I do have to go because it's late.
Mm-hmm.
it's 10:04 and it's not that late.
I have
It's
to be
late.
up at 4:45.
Boom.
So do
It's
I.
late, dog.
Okay.
I want to see your guys' thoughts. Wait, really quick, because you guys kind of spoke over each other. You guys kind of spoke over each other. 7-minute drill. Pudge first, and then I'll go to. What are your thoughts on it? I fucking love that song. That song was so good.
Yeah, it was great. It was great, and I thought he was pussy for taking it down.
Oh, both of you guys have the same. Me too, actually. I think it was hella pussy for him to.
You
take
think
it
it's the
down.
best song that came out of all of it?
No, not like us is still the
No.
best.
Not like us was the best.
Not like us is the best.
They not like us.
Hands
They not
down
like
by
us.
a long shot.
It's so good. It's such
It
a
is the
fun
best
song.
song that's been released by a fucking mile to me.
But 7-minute drill, if it was still on services, would probably be like third place. Honestly, it'd be like
Word for word.
It's a top,
I know a lot of it.
What's your top three then that came from this whole back and forth?
not
it's-
like us, Heart Part 6, and then 7-minute drill.
No, that list is wild
Wow.
to me. It's not like us, Family Matters, and then 7-minute drill.
I thought I don't know. I thought the Heart Part 6 was fucking sick. I thought it was perfect.
I thought it was good until he started saying I'm too famous to be a pedophile. And then I was like, nah.
Not the angle, bro.
just- Yeah, not what you want to hear, but I
It's
But
calculated.
it do.
That
Okay,
shit.
all right, all
I'm
right.
like, now you're burying yourself real deep, buddy. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, thank you. I didn't like that.
Yeah,
616 Family Matters.
that was a vibe.
616 Family Matters, and then I would say Euphoria.
Wow, wait, 7-minute drill's not even in this?
Nah, I would.
Shit.
I thought Euphoria
Top
was one of
five.
my least favorites.
Really?
What top 5 you smoking, Kendrick?
Yeah.
And then the clip of him asleep the fucking when he's listening to Drake. That shit was funny.
So, I thought Euphoria was. I liked it a lot.
It was good.
That's my shit, dog.
It was
I
good.
hate-
It was good. It was good for sure. But
hate
when we're talking about like bar for bar, like where we're at in this whole thing, I won't.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Is you guys keep saying they not like us. There wasn't even that
wasn't-
many bars in that fucking song. It's just a
bar-wise, that was
banger.
whatever. It was a banger.
It's just a memorable track. Mustard on the beat. Oh shit. Oh, that's
Bro,
all
the
it
John-
is.
That's so fun.
The John Stockton line
But
is
it's
the
one
hardest
bar.
fucking- It's the
But it's
hardest
one
thing
bar.
that's been said over 10 different fucking songs.
But it's one bar. It's one
So
bar.
what? It's
So
the
the one bar doesn't make the whole song.
there was plenty of bars in there. There was plenty of bars, right? The beat and its catchiness puts it over the top. The John Stockton bar was such a mouthful that, and I don't know why more people haven't been talking about it on Twitter. It's like the triple entendre goes so far beyond anything that any three of them have said. And that's where I still come to that conclusion, because I'm like, God damn, J. Cole is my favorite. He's my favorite of the three. He's generally very like articulate and like has all these various meanings behind what he says. And that to me topped everything that got, because 7 Minute Drill, it's just been so long since I've listened to it. I don't remember. I don't remember none of it. You could take Not Like Us off.
Yeah, I don't remember any of 7 Minute Drill either.
I know it was a banger though. I remember how it
banger
felt.
song.
I remember how it felt. Like, that's the thing. And Not Like Us could be taken off of streaming services right now, and I will remember that John Stockton bar. I will remember it.
Y'all don't remember? Not even the body bag. You don't remember that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but it's not like that's not something I'm gonna be screaming at the club.
I mean, it's not a club banger. Like,
that's not something I'm gonna be screaming.
It's just a sick ass song.
That's not something I'm gonna be screaming at somebody.
I will tell you this right now. I don't remember not one single bar from 7 Minute Drill. Not a single bar.
He said you fell off like The Simpsons.
Yeah, the fell off like The Simpsons. Yeah, I remember that.
I just remember, what did he say? Something along the lines of like, your second one had people asleep or some. He talks about.
Yeah,
that first one was
your last one was tragic. Your second one did. That's the only thing I remember.
And the last one they gassed it. Yeah, that whole little thing. That was cool. That was cool. That
was cool, but it's not true. What the fuck you saying? Like,
I don't know. His first album was a classic. His last one was tragic. Like,
yeah, but To Pimp a Butterfly is arguably the best album from his discography.
I don't think so.
He won a Grammy for it.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I don't think it's his best. I thought Good Kid, Mad City was.
How many Grammys has Beyonce?
I also think that's true.
Oh, that's another thing. Damien listened to Good Kid, Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly, and he agrees that Good Kid, Mad City is a better album.
Good Kid, Mad City is a
by a mile
storytelling masterpiece. It was so good.
By a mile.
It was so good. You can't listen to any of those songs on their own. I think it loses so much of what it is, for me at least, that you have to listen to the full album.
No, I disagree.
For me.
Yeah, because Money Trees and Drank.
Oh, I guess that's true. That was like
they were both hits. And Poetic Justice was a hit too. Like, those were all 3 hits.
The Pimp a Butterfly to me was not that. I was just like,
Oh, okay, real quick, before we get off, I gotta ask you a question that was brought up, and I brought it up to D earlier today. So I saw this Instagram post, right? Now, Pacho, say you start talking to a woman that has a child. Just real quick, I know Damo has to get off. Start talking to this woman that has a child. Well, let me pull up for context. Let me pull up the exact verbatim what it said. But you want to go out on a date with her, right? And she's like, "Oh, well, I don't have a babysitter for tonight." And hold on. And she says, you let her know, okay, we can reschedule for another day. If you're able to get a babysitter for tonight, and then we can go. And she says to you, "Wait, so you're not going to pay for my babysitter?"
No.
What do you do?
At all?
No.
She says, "But you're pursuing me. The man takes care of everything."
No, I don't.
Not this man.
Plenty of men do that, and more for the women they're pursuing. The least you can do is keep up with my babysitting fees when we go out.
You need to talk to your baby daddy about that. Because first, paying for the babysitter.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about talk to your baby daddy. Talk to your baby daddy about paying for a babysitter so I can go out with another man.
Then go take it up with Jesus. Go take it up with somebody, not me.
Not Jesus.
What kind of out your monkey ass mind?
Oh,
People gotta be to think,
Facts.
bitch. Hold on. First off,
Monkey ass mind and bitch in the same sentence is crazy.
That's wild.
well, I know more dudes who are bitches than bitches who are bitches. So let's just make that very clear.
Wow.
I like what
It
you
is
did there.
insane to think that okay, we're pursuing each other, right? But you're not my liability. You're not like, okay, maybe we can go on a date when you're more financially sound to where you could pay for your own babysitter. 1, 2, or maybe we can wait till when you have some free time. I am not paying for the babysitter too. That's not no.
Oh, 2. So you plan on paying for the rest of the date, though?
Depending.
Okay. I said this girl would have got blocked ASAP.
Blocked. Bitch,
The least you could do is pay for my babysitter. The least you could do is pay for my babysitter. I would have been blocked.
Let's switch the roles.
Yeah, because the men pay for everything, dog.
No, we don't. I pay everything for my fucking wife.
Okay, I see you.
I pay everything for my wife. Not for you, honey. I don't know you.
I love this. I knew Punch was gonna take this.
I'm trying to get to know you. You think I'm gonna okay? Then you want me to take you out to some fancy fucking restaurant and not pay no gas, no nothing, no pussy, no what?
Whoa.
What?
Wait, no. If you're paying for the babysitter, you don't get no pussy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. But that's what a man is.
At least give him some pussy if I'm paying for the babysitter.
That's crazy as fuck. Pay for my babysitter.
I feel that sounds horrible if I say that, but for real, I'm paying for the babysitter.
Yo,
do you disagree, D? D? If you paying for the babysitter, you better get some pussy, right?
yo.
The least you could do is like
sound like fucked up. Not to say like just because I take a girl on a date means like that she owes me sex.
No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying at all. But if you pay for the babysitter and the date, yeah, you giving us some pussy.
You're fucking mad, bruv. You're fucking
Crody.
You're
Crody.
Mad, bruv.
I think we found our Instagram clip for tomorrow.
Crody. Oh.
Dude, are you kidding me, bitch? You like, and then just to come with like your fake fucking nails on, your fake fucking hair, right? Your busted ass fucking heels that you got on.
He tried to be cute earlier. He was like, "Yeah, I would pay for half. Like, why not?
No,
half.
fuck that.
Yeah, I would half.
If this
but
is
but this was without the context of the text messages. Once the text messages were like, "Oh, like you should," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck that, no."
I shouldn't do shit.
Cause that's like,
you know what? Like out of spite, just pay for the babysitter and then be like, "Oh well, are you gonna pay for the rest of the date? Are you gonna pick me up?"
Yeah, just be like, you pay for it. Be like, all right, I'll wait for you.
Now we can make an agreement.
Here, let me know.
We can make an agreement on that. We can make an agreement like, hey, like, you know, I need some help with this babysitter, but I don't mind paying for the food and picking you up and this and that. But
yeah, but then she would have needed help for the babysitter. You know what I mean? She could have paid for the babysitter and be like, "Hey, but you're gonna pay for the rest of the date, right?" Even then, I still would have felt weird. I'd be like, "You know what? Stay at home, make some mac and cheese, some easy mac with you and your baby."
Bro, I was seeing
a story. Have a good night.
I was seeing a chick, bro, who had 2 kids, and let me tell you, they never got brought up. I knew she had kids. I knew they existed, but they were never brought up, and she never brought up mine. Right, and this was the only one I had, just Elijah. You know what I mean? Like, it was never brought up to me. Never asked. She knew I had a kid, and I knew she had kids, but it was just never brought up. And I, though things didn't, pan out or whatever, I always appreciated that. Like, there was never like, oh, like I need help with this and the kids, or oh my, there was never that. Like, if we made plans, that was it. Plans were made, and that was it. We went and executed the plans and hung out, whatever. That was it. There was never no, oh, you need to pay for this, or oh, you need to pay because you're the man. No, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. And I remember she even said it to me one time too. She's like, don't nobody ever have to worry about my kids. She's like, until I'm married, no one has to worry about my children. And I respect the fuck out of that. Like, yeah, I respect that. Like, talk your shit, honey. You know what I mean?
We respect those queens.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, guys.
All right.
I did have to go.
All right. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't want you to be late again today. I mean, tomorrow. You even texted me. How the fuck were you late?
I said I wasn't awake. I went back to sleep right after that text. I told
texted
you.
him at like 4:40, and I was like, "Yo, I'm awake." And he texted me back at 5:15. I'm not.
I went back to sleep. And then I woke up. I was like, "Oh fuck!"
What time did you actually get out of bed?
5:24. Yeah, that's what time I woke up, and then I launched the fuck up. I was like, "Fuck!" I said I wasn't. Ironically, I wasn't like I'm not awake, and then I like deliberately went back to sleep. I just like typed it, and then I went.
Phone still in your hand?
No, I didn't even take it off the charger because I have like a little charging thing right here. I typed it on here, and then I just like it just stayed there. Right. Went right back to bed.
Close us out then, Mister. I gotta go to sleep.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Drake did win. Don't let anybody tell you different, especially not Putch.
My God. I wasn't even going that route. He didn't even debate with you. I was the one debating with you the whole time.
I'm just kidding. Listen, much love, Putch. I'm just playing.
I know you are. Can't be serious.
Drake won. He really thinks Drake won.
Oh, I know Drake won. I mean, everybody will come to that conclusion at some point. But be safe. Thank you so much for watching. This was a great heated debate between Save and Korpsx. I'm glad I could be a semi-moderator. No, it wasn't that heated. I wish it was more. I can get more clips. It was fun being back. Thank you so much for everybody for watching. Save's community, Korpsx's community, my community. Whether it be for a minute, an hour, the whole stream. I appreciate you. Or on the playback. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Peace.
Thank you guys for watching another episode. Oh, I
even
gave him a second. I gave him a second. I stayed back here. But I like the way that Korpsx closes out, so I'm going to let him close out last. But thank you guys so much for watching another episode of The Usual Tuesday. I know we've been gone for a couple of weeks. This is the official 1 year episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
1 year.
The second episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back next week with more content. We're going to be regular again every week. My community, Korpsx's community, Zero's community. Thank you guys so much. As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love you. Keep smiling. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Kendrick Lamar won, and he is winning. Okay, we're going to speak truth to power before we sign off. For
does not like white people or black people. That's what it sounded like right now.
Yeah, so I always do like a cool little like saying or whatever before I log off, and I am just solely here to say that I am thankful for my life. I'm thankful for the people that are in it. But above all, I'm thankful for the struggles that I have, right? And I want everyone to kind of maybe take a second to look over their life and look at the stuff that they're struggling with and understand that like somewhere in there in the silver linings there's a blessing, because there's a lesson to be learned, there's growth to be made, there's memories to be had. And if you just take a second and realize that life is happening for us, you know, like that Timothy Chalamet thing that I signed off with, like it's happening for us, not to us. Like life is coming from us, you know. And take a second, you create your own reality, you can create all the success that you want. Yeah, just really take a moment, breathe it in, and just keep going. Yeah, but we'll see you guys next week. This has been the Usual Tuesday podcast. I'm Big Korpsx. You guys, I love you. Until next week, I hope you have a good day, week, month of your life. Until next time.
Bang.
Much love.
All right, boys.
Be safe.
See you guys later. Peace.
Peace.